Helga, 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 Helga. So we're gonna unlock 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now I have 1, 2, 3. Alright, so we have a +4 Helga right here. So I'm gonna build, and then we're gonna see how good she can perform. So let's go to companion. So I do get 3 of her companions. We're gonna unlock the remaining 2, and then we're gonna enchant. Dun dun. Do this. Oh yeah, I just need 1 more, I think. Wait, I can get 1 more from Fate Sister. Let's go do that for now. Okay, let's accept some right here. Alright, so Rosengard 20, 40, and then 60, and then 80, and then 100. Alright, remember Fate Sister, man. Okay, so let's go and find Rosengard. Just hold your finger right there, alright? Do not click, just put your finger, hold it right there. That's how you can do it. I mean, it takes a while still. That was a gift, not my sacrifice. So don't be guilty, I'm happy I'm with you.
2 hours later.
Finally, yeah. Alright, so 1 more Rosengard. So I'm guessing I could try to obtain 1 more after the Octo, not anytime soon. Alright, try to reserve a little bit for the Octos. So Rosengard need to unlock the other one, and then we go to enchant, do this. So we have a +4 Rosengard, so we're gonna equip this to Helga. Helga, where are you? Go do this, go companion, go to accompany, click on this. So now we have a +8, I assume. Is it +8? Okay, so now I need 1, 9, 10, and 11. Okay, so 11 is where you get this particular skill, this one. Buff prohibition 12 turns, boom. So it goes up to 16 turns. So you want it to be as long as possible, because you want the buff prohibition to be affecting the enemy. So let's go. We're gonna go. I'm gonna demonstrate how strong she is in underground, maybe. Okay, let's go for this. Okay, so the entire objective right here is not it's more like to show you guys how to use her, I guess, and what she can perform. How she can perform, I guess. So am I going first? No, enemy going first. There's a Christina. Okay, there's a +11 on the enemy Helga as well. Very good. So, but he is going first though. So when you go first, usually the enemy will have the advantage in a way, because yeah, that's the problem, right? I'm not sure how exactly you want to counter this in underground situations, but let's say I go something like this, right? And then eventually he's gonna need to chain to something. So he's gonna go with 1, 2, 3. So he's gonna go Christina first. You can see he's going Christina first, which is very interesting. So I can just put my Helga, right? And then I can buff prohibit all her units, and then I will get insane buffs on my allies, which is incredible. That buff is gonna be so significant. So here's the thing, I'm gonna go Angelica is +12. Okay, so I will go with something like a Floria right here. There's a Floria. Wait, Floria is selected. I will go with Albion. I think I have an idea. On how I want to do this. So we will place a Helga right here. Alright, and then we will go for a Grand on top. I'm guessing I want to go Grand on top. Or maybe I go Asmut, right? And then I go Dalvi first, something like this. So I think this makes sense, because I do chain all the way to Asmut and Dalvi. So let's see. Remember that Helga cannot receive buffs. I mean, it doesn't matter what runes I have on her. I don't have any runes yet, but remember that she cannot get buffs. So that's a thing that you have to keep in mind. Okay, so enemy's turn. I'm surprised he's not using his Beliaf. I mean, it is a +0 with no runes, but you can still use her for the buffs most of the time, I think. Okay, so I have my Dalvi go first. The enemy will hit me later. So he has his own Helga right there. But in this case, his Helga will not do anything, because if my Helga is dead first, his Helga will not be able to buff his ally, because that's the thing, right? It's all about whose Helga dies first. If your Helga dies first, right, you will be able to buff prohibit the enemy. So buff prohibit means that enemies cannot receive buffs. So when his Helga dies, he won't be able to benefit from this skill to give the buff of 80% to all stats and stuff. So that's the thing. So in this case, I have the advantage because my Helga dies first. But yeah, let's see if I can win this. Winning this is gonna be a totally different thing. Obviously, I can see that my Helga will be able to activate the debuff prohibition. But whether or not that's gonna be, you know, something that I can benefit from is gonna be a totally different thing. Let's see, 6. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty OP, man. So here's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna go for a Yuri to Gran. Because I do think that Yuri to Gran, like Gran is gonna be able to benefit a lot. Because that's why Gran is so strong. Because Gran cannot receive buff prohibition. Right? So he goes first. So now he's all buff prohibited, and every single one of my units have insane buffs right now. Insane buffs. Alright? So it doesn't matter because now my Dalby goes. Alright? My Dalby goes. Boom. It doesn't matter if he buff prohibit me because my buffs are there. Okay, so my Yuri wreck. Okay, so his Dalby comes. So, Gran. Yeah, I still have my refresh and stuff. So yes, there is buff prohibition, I get it. But still, I feel like I'm somewhat in the lead still. Okay, who is that? Oh, that's the enemy Gran. Oh, so buff prohibit sort of messes up the enemy Floria thing somewhat. Okay. Okay, so from this point onwards, yeah, all the buff prohibition ran out already. So the buff prohibition will only last for so long, 16 turns. From this point onwards, there's only so much can be seen. So I have no idea how am I gonna deal with this Angelica. Maybe I lost already. I think we lost because I don't have anything to deal with this Angelica. So could have been a, yeah, GG, we lost. So I forgot about the part that Livia cannot receive buff. I mean, at least not now, because hers is, she cannot get the 100% defense like she usually does. Therefore, she dies to the Gran just now, if you guys observe that. So that's something to keep in mind if you guys are using Livia, I guess. So I think I lost because Angelica has 100% defense unless this battle drags out super long, which I don't think it will. Maybe round 10 or 12 onwards. Maybe round 12 we will start to see the winner. Yeah, this is why Angelica is still very strong in the meta. And yeah, I feel like she might be one of the safer 6 devils to build amongst all 6 of them. Like Celia is definitely out, Natus wouldn't recommend, Rafitia somewhere in between. She's still strong from time to time, but I feel like Angelica is like the safer one. Alright, so let's find a different opponent and see if we can try and showcase more Helga. So again, I'm going second, alright, attacking later. So when you attack later, you the advantage is just in your favor, unless enemy decides to like go like very weird things. Alright, let's see. Livia is 1, and then we have Veronia all the way at the back. Okay, so I'm gonna go with my own Livia. I'm gonna go with my Rafitia. Gonna go with my Floria. So obviously, I think the Floria Albion combo might not work as well anymore with the Helga update, and if more players go for Helga, that is. So I might actually remove that. Okay, so let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. So Christina is the first to go. Oh, Rafi move. Okay, this is not something you should do because if you go like this, 1, 2, 3, Christina go first, and then Rafi goes later. If Helga dies in this period, Rafi will not be able to buff, right? So you want always Rafitia to go first. Don't like leave a dead link in the chain. You want to link the support, like instead Rafi first to Livia and then Veronia to Christina right there. I think that would have been better. But yeah, let's go. I guess I can try to go with my approach right here. We're gonna go with I will go with Albion, right? So obviously this Angelica can come in at any time. I'm gonna go with, we go Asmut, we go Helga, and we go Dalvi, like that. So in this case, Angelica will hit my Dalvi, I think. So he might not be able to taunt and do anything at all. So there's that. Asmod will take care of top lane for me. So as long as I have my Dalvi right there, I am pretty fine. I do think I'm pretty set. We just go with Gran. So this Angelica is a... Okay, she might be able to kill my Gran. I have no idea. I could go something like Chalkel. Could be a decent option. But there's a Livia, right? That's the problem. Livia is kind of a problem for me. Okay, I will go with Chalkel and I will go with Glacier right here. So since my Helga will activate the buff, I think this will work. Let's see. So now Helga. Okay, so buff prohibition on his team. So the Rafflesia will not be able to buff them. Because of that, I can still receive buff. So having Helga is gonna give you advantage in this sense, right? Okay, so Angelica, okay. Dalvi come in. So all of them. So you see the Benshina and the enemy Glacier cannot taunt. So there's no taunt on them, right? So I think that's kind of a huge thing. That is kind of a missed opportunity right there. So I think my Dalvi will go after this. Okay, now there is taunt. Alright, now Benshina can taunt. So it takes a while. Ooh. Yeah, I think we got this because my Glacier is there. So having to put the Glacier was the right decision for me. So yeah, that shows you sort of an advantage of having Helga and not having Helga, because if you have Helga, obviously if your Helga dies first, enemy cannot have taunt. So that renders basically Glacier and Benshina useless for at least one round, right? So obviously Gran is not affected because Gran is still having the buff reflection and stuff. But let's see, this Benshina eventually will die. Alright, GG. Okay, so let's back that up a bit. Let's try to push back a little bit and explain a bit of Helga's skills, because I think a lot of new players still don't really understand how Helga could work. I see a lot of comments still saying that Helga can receive buff, can receive taunt. You cannot, alright? Helga has this particular skill right here. She cannot receive buff, she cannot receive taunt, she cannot receive anything. But she also cannot be debuffed, alright? Keep that in mind. So what makes her so strong at plus 11 is this skill right here. Buff prohibition, 16 turns of buff prohibition. Now, keep in mind, buff prohibition is not removal. It doesn't remove buffs already on your units. So you still can work around something. If your Rafflesia is plus 15, the buffs can still last for very long. This buff prohibition, what it does, it prevents your team from getting buffs. Alright, so apparently taunt is a buff. So taunt cannot activate after they receive buff prohibition. So keep that in mind. So this is going to make sure that every single enemy unit cannot receive buff at all. So it's very important. It renders a lot of units useless. A lot of taunters are going to get affected, which is why going the Lucius route seems to be the safer option for defenders as opposed to, you know, the old Glacier Benshina fashion. And also there's a bit of curse. Obviously, the curse is not really what it's used for mostly. It's the buff prohibition that's strong. Curse is also good. 65% is a lot of reduction. Obviously, this is stats weakening. So if enemy is like immune to it, like Adin, it will not affect them. And then you have debuffs on your allies. Now this one, I don't think it's as big of a deal because it only lasts for 8 turns. Alright, Helga does give 80% to all stats. That includes your defense and purification and debuff immunity. All of this will last for... Debuff immunity will last for 10 turns. The blessing will last for 8 turns. If you go to plus 15, it will still be 8 turns and 10 turns. It's just that the boost is slightly more, 100%. Which is why I don't think it's that significant to go the plus 15 route. It's good, it's nice to have, but I don't think it's a huge difference of not having a Helga plus 15 over a plus 11. So yeah, hopefully that clears things up. And as you guys can see, it doesn't matter what runes you have on her. Alright, so my Helga clearly is not even awakened. Like, I'm not even awakening her because you don't really need to actually. and I don't even have any runes on her. So yeah, obviously I'm going to do that eventually, but you don't have to worry about what runes you want to give her. But ideally, if you have like a plus 12 onwards, go for rage runes, because I think that's going to be where the damage is going to come in, because she does have crit rate plus 50% and she does have her own base of crit rate 50%, so she's going to always get the 100% crit rate regardless, and you want her to deal as much damage as you can. So go for the rage runes so that you get more crit damage when you hit the enemy. Assault runes is going to be decent as well, but I would say rage runes overall. If you are uncertain, then just go for 1 assault and 1 rage. So yeah, hopefully this video sums it up why Helga is pretty strong. I'm going to do more PvP in the next video, so stay tuned for that. So for now, we're going to end the video here. I don't want to make it too long. As always, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and turn on the notifications as well, so you will know when I put up the next video. Alright, so have a nice day. Goodbye.